hidden from public view for decades. Welcome to History Unveiled, where we uncover what they tried to erase. Subscribe, because the truth doesn't stay buried forever. June 6, 1944. Dawn at Omaha Beach. Coast Guard landing craft Samuel Chase drops its ramp. Seawater floods in. Machine gun fire tears overhead. 1st Division troops wade into history's bloodiest morning. Tinian Island, 1944. A U.S. Marine kneels beside a Japanese boy in an internment camp, offering candy. The child's uncertain smile captures war's strangest paradox. Enemies one day, protectors the next. Behind barbed wire, humanity finds cracks in hatred. Marines push through surf toward Tinian's shoreline. Rifles held high, faces tense. In hours, this peaceful beach would become a slaughterhouse. The Pacific Theater demanded island by island, life by life. But the invasion was just beginning. What happened next would haunt survivors for decades. Sherman tanks crawl inland from Tinian's beaches, July 1944. Metal beasts rolling through paradise. Each tread mark in the sand writes another sentence in the Pacific's brutal story. The jungle ahead holds watching eyes, July 24, 1944. Dawn reveals the aftermath. Japanese soldiers who charged American lines in the darkness. The Banzai attack failed. Bodies frozen mid-assault. These men chose death over dishonor. A code Americans struggled to comprehend that a Japanese mine on Tinian, concealed beneath sand, waiting with mechanical patience. Every step forward could be the last. Engineers defused hundreds, but not all. Some beaches still hold their secrets. A tiny Tinian girl receives her first bath from Marines after days hiding in a hillside dugout. Mud and fear wash away in a helmet full of water. Her family emerged from darkness, uncertain whether their liberators meant salvation or death. War transforms everyone it touches. Tinian, 1945. Harold Agnew carries a small container casually, almost carelessly. Inside, the plutonium core of Fat Man, the bomb that would erase Nagasaki. He holds apocalypse in his hands and smiles for the camera, unaware he's carrying the world's nightmares. That core would vaporize a city. But first, another island needed taking. February 23, 1945. Iwo Jima summit. Joe Rosenthal's camera captures 6 Marines raising the flag on Mount Suribachi. This frozen moment becomes America's soul. Courage, sacrifice, victory. 3 of these men would die before the island fell. The photograph outlives them all. German training grounds. Date unknown. A soldier demonstrates the Flammenwerfer 35, liquid fire arcing toward a wooden T-34 mock-up. War reduces to this, learning to burn men alive efficiently. The target's painted Soviet star watches silently. North Africa, scorching sun. The SAS returns from 3 months behind enemy lines. Jeeps bristle with weapons, machine guns, grenades, ammunition. Faces wrapped in Arab headdress. Borrowed from the long-range desert group. Desert ghosts who mastered fighting in hell. July 14, 1943. A B-17 flying fortress limps home with its nose shredded. 3 Focke-Wulf 190s attacked head-on. Gunners destroyed 2, but the third came screaming in at 550 miles per hour. The pilot was already dead. His fighter smashed into engine 3. Somehow, the fortress survived. October 24, 1946. White Sands, New Mexico. American scientists strap a camera to a captured Nazi V-2 rocket and fire it into space. At 65 miles altitude, the shutter clicks. The first photograph of Earth from space. Our planet curved and fragile, taken with our enemy's weapons. Progress built on destruction. Berlin, May 1945. Soviet soldiers hauled down the bronze Nazi eagle from the Reich Chancellery's pediment. The 1,000-year Reich lasted 12. Metal that once symbolized conquest now becomes a trophy. Eagles don't fly anymore. Photo 21 contains footage that was hidden for 80 years. See if you understand why they kept it secret. Gaza Line, 1917. Ottoman machine gunners defend Tel Ashiria against British advance. Water-cooled Maxims ready. The desert war grinds forward, empire against empire, while sand buries the dead equally. German tank crew, 1940s. They're assembling a paper model of a Soviet KV one tank, learning to recognize their enemy in miniature before facing the real monster. Paper preparation for metal death. While war consumed continents, civilians found shelter in the strangest places. October 8, 1940. Aldwych Underground Station, London. Sirens wail above. Families huddle on platforms, between tracks, anywhere bombs can't reach. Children sleep while their city burns overhead. The tube becomes Britain's nightly refuge, democracy sheltering in tunnels. August 1944, Paris. The 28th Infantry Division marches down liberated streets. Flowers, kisses, freedom. The parade lasts hours. Days later, they're thrown into the Hurtgen Forest, then the Bulge. Heavy casualties in both. Liberation's price comes due in Belgian snow. Landsberg Prison, 1924. Adolf Hitler, Emil Maurice, Hermann Kriebel, Rudolf Hess, Friedrich Weber. Beer hall putsch conspirators posing like fraternity brothers. Sentenced to fortress detention, comfortable and brief. Hitler writes Mein Kampf in these cells. Germany's future plotted behind pleasant walls. Landsberg Prison, years later. Same walls, different prisoner. Ladislaw Dopiurla stands convicted of war crimes, moments before execution. The prison that coddled Hitler now dispenses justice. History's will turns. Asterisk, remember that hidden footage I mentioned? Here it is. Asterisk 1935, Beaumaris Zoo, Hobart. 21 seconds of film capture Benjamin, the last Tasmanian tiger, pacing his concrete cell. Jaws that can open impossibly wide. Stripes that would never breed again. September 1936, suspected neglect kills him. The last thylacine dies alone, extinct by human indifference. This footage stayed buried for 80 years, perhaps from shame. Normandy beachhead, night raid. American anti-aircraft fire tears through darkness. A Luftwaffe plane tumbles, burning, into sand and surf. Gunners chalk another kill. The beach never sleeps, never stops bleeding to a downed German aircraft, wings shredded. French aviators claimed this victory. The wreckage photographed, catalogued, filed away in the Ministry of Air's cabinets. Every crash tells a story of seconds, the moment skill or luck runs out. December 7th, 1941, Pearl Harbor. USS Arizona's forward magazines explode, 1,000 feet of flame and smoke. At right, Oklahoma capsizes, trapping hundreds inside her hull. Tennessee's turrets visible through the blast. This single photograph captures the death of 1,177 men. The harbor burns for days. Benito Mussolini, young, uniformed, serving as a bursaillary private in the Great War. Before fascism, before Il Duce, before empire, just another soldier. The dictator as a boy learning to kill. Seeds planted in trenches. Asterisk, but the worst trenches were still to come. Asterisk, Stalingrad. Soviet soldiers crawl through rubble that was once a city. Every building is a fortress, every room a tomb. The urban nightmare where Germany's advance dies. 90% casualties in some units. The ruins consume armies that Overlust Boisel, July 1916. British soldiers occupy a captured German trench near Albert Bapaume Road. A company, 11th Battalion Cheshire Regiment, poses in a ditch that cost hundreds of lives to take. The Somme first month, 60,000 British casualties in a single day. Trenches that run with blood, then fill with new men. Antarctica. 1939. The Antarctic snow cruiser and its crew, Griffith, Wade, Ferranto, Petrus. A diesel-powered land ship designed to conquer the frozen continent. 17 tons of ambition. It failed spectacularly. Tires spun uselessly on ice. The heater barely worked. One of history's most expensive mistakes, abandoned in the snow. Asterisk, a punt gun, 19th century. This isn't a weapon, it's a waterfowl genocide machine. Single shots killed dozens of birds for commercial harvest. So devastating, they were banned. The gun that made Extinction profitable. Muscle Beach, California, 1945. 9-year-old April carries her entire family on her back. 425 pounds of human weight balanced by a child. Post-war spectacle, strength beyond reason. Her spine would pay the price years later. California's beaches held other strange sights. Santa Monica. 1930s. Beach volleyball draws a crowd. Parking lot packed with vintage automobiles. Before the sport went global, before the Olympics, Just California kids inventing the future in sand. Los Angeles Greyhound Terminal. 1969. Passengers watch coin-operated TVs at telechair stations. Feed the slot, get your show. The future imagined as mechanical, transactional. Screens that demanded quarters before attention. Cleveland, 1879. Arc lights illuminate public square, the first city lighted by electricity. Then 1914, the first traffic light. Innovation's birthplace, now Rust Belt. Progress moves on. Picasso's Sylvette, 1954. The young woman who became a muse. Her profile transformed through Cubist vision. She hated the fame it brought, the strangers who recognized her fractured face. Times Square, 1925. Crowds, Model Ts, electric signs just beginning to dominate. The crossroads before it became a brand. New York finding its neon soul. The 1913 Baker Electric. Silent, clean, expensive. Early 1900s wealthy women preferred electrics. No hand cranking required. Then gasoline won. And we forgot cars could be quiet. Renton, Washington. May 14, 1954. Boeing unveils the 367-80. Prototype of the 707. The jet that would shrink the world. Aluminum promise of speed. Aviation's leap forward, photographed before. 1940s film set. A car positioned before rear projection screens. Process photography creating the illusion of movement. The technique that made car chases possible before green screens. Driving nowhere, convincingly. In early color photograph. 1891 to 1899 by Gabriel Lippmann. Color captured through interference of light waves. Fragile, expensive, miraculous. The world in hues, decades before Kodachrome. The SK-1 spacesuit, Soviet engineering. Pressure layers, oxygen supply, the possibility of surviving the void. Humanity sewing itself armor against the cosmos. Asterisk, but some images captured war in color for the first time. Asterisk London. May 6, 1918. Princess Patricia opens an exhibition of British War photographs in color at the People's Palace. Mile End Road. The Great War rendered in chromatic horror. Audiences unprepared for trenches in true tones. Chicago, Depression era. Unemployed men queue outside Al Capone's soup kitchen. The gangster feeding the hungry while government fails. Criminality as charity. Irony too bitter to swallow. But the soup was warm. Lower Manhattan. Circa 1901 to 1930. Mr. Dory Eddie on stilts. A human billboard advertising the college cafeteria's reopening on Stone Street. Broadway and Morris Street, towering over crowds. Men waiting for streetcars stare up, transfixed by commerce walking tall. World War I, Italian Army. An Indian 999 cubic centimeters twin-cylinder motorcycle with sidecar. Two officers pose. Machine mobility, transforming warfare. Cavalry replaced by gasoline and gears. London, 1930s. A baby cage suspended outside an apartment window. Parents ensuring fresh air and sunlight. And danger. And nightmares. The parenting trend that defied gravity and sanity. Boston, January 15, 1919. Sailors help rescue victims of the Great Molasses Flood. A storage tank ruptured, releasing 2.3 million gallons of molasses in a 25-foot wave. 21 dead, 150 injured. Drowning in sweetness.